Well, you're asking a very good question. So when we talk about delivering fuel in general, it's a very lucrative business. A lot of folks are trying to get into it, but the thing is that people actually file for bankruptcy real quick because they have not prepared for it. So in today's conversation, what I want to talk to you about is really giving you all the hacks, all the tips that you need to really pay attention to if you are trying to start a very profitable, on-demand mobile fuel delivery service. Okay, so son, daughter, I want you to listen to me right now. Here's an overview I really want you to pay attention to. First of all, I want to go back to the origins. Let's have a quick conversation about, what a fuel delivery business really is, okay? Now, a fuel delivery business is a service that delivers fuel directly to the customer's location, including homes, businesses, and other locations. So, in essence, people are calling you. They will place orders through the app, through an app that you will have developed, or they'll call you, and you just dispatch your drivers, or you go yourself, deliver the fuel. Very simple as that, nothing complicated, okay? But it's very important to understand that there are some key elements in the fuel delivery business. So the thing is, you got to be reliable. Like if people are calling you, you can't be like, listen, my ass ain't going there because I'm busy. You never say that. I mean, because see, if you are, when we talk about fuel, there is an element of emergency. If somebody needs the fuel right now and they calling you and you're like, yeah, I'm out of here or I'm not available, you start ghosting your customers, you're going to lose business like crazy. All right. So you got to have reliability of the delivery of the fuel. You need to have a well-maintained fleet of vehicles. Like you can start with your own vehicle. You can have your cargo vans. You can have your Sprinter van. You can have anything and start little. Okay, you want to start slow. But once you grow, you got to add more vehicles. You got to constitute a fleet of vehicles. You need to have trained drivers who can navigate routes. Like you got to really have reliable drivers. Like I'm not talking about sorry ass drivers, people who are always lazy ass drivers. You send them somewhere, you dispatch them somewhere, they start playing games with you or start playing games with the customer. You can't have that. You got to think about the fuel quality, very important, competitive pricing, excellent customer service, safety and compliance, technology integration. I'll speak about the technology integration later on, but I'm just giving you like the gist of what you have to think about if you want to succeed in this multi-billion-dollar fuel delivery on-demand fuel delivery business. Okay. Now, let me give you the approach. See, the whole thing is people talk about Uber and or whatnot, but there is a huge demand right now in terms of on-demand fuel delivery. And I'm not even talking about people who live like in rural areas or like on the countryside. Even in big cities like New York, LA, Chicago, whatever, people like, I'm busy. I don't want to drive to a gas station. I want fuel to be delivered to me. The same way I want my food, I want my groceries, I want my clothes, I want everything to be delivered to me. Simply because I'm busy, I want to focus on my hustle. I don't want to waste time the gas station, in line or whatever. Okay, so there is an approach you need to pay attention to when we talk about on-demand mobile fuel delivery service. There are a lot of benefits that customers are actually expecting from you. So to succeed in this industry, you have to make sure that you meet all expectations in terms of convenience, in terms of maintenance cost. In other words, your cost, the cost that you're passing on to a customer must be low enough for the customers to actually trust you. You got to have business automation. You got to use technology. This is important. And I'll talk about the app later on. You need an app. Okay. You need to think about how to generate high revenue while maintaining great customer service. Okay. You also got to think about getting market leadership in your area. See, the whole thing is that you got to start with a certain geography. It could be your town. It could be your county. It could be anything, but you got to really think about scaling. You can't just like, I'm going to focus on this area and that's it. Well, boss, if you play that game, you'll be like really surprised because you're going to have competition coming from elsewhere. And you got to think about safety is really important. You see, the whole thing is that when we talk about fuel, we're talking about something that is combustible, right? You don't want to you don't want to set people stuff ablaze or people themselves, your customers. So you really got to think about that. So the approach here is that you have to think about those expectations, and now customers are also thinking about having like a reliable app. You got to have an app or system. You got to have something whereby people can place orders, people can track their orders, people can contact you, and it doesn't have to be over the phone. Okay, this is really important. Now you have to think about maybe outsourcing the app development to a third party, but it's not that expensive too though. People think that, like, if you have to develop an app, you have to create an app, it's very complicated. Not, it's not really that complicated. Here is a decision I really want you to pay attention to. See, the thing is that you are going to enter. If you're interested in this industry, boss, I want to put things pretty clear to you. I'm not here trying to razzle dazzle you. It is not it's not a complicated industry, but there are challenges. I just put it that way. Okay. For example, you have an abundance of investors. Like, a lot of investors are trying to put their money now in this on-demand fuel delivery industry because they know. I mean, nearly everybody has a car, at least in the United States. In this country, a lot of folks have cars. And at some point, people will be like, listen, my ass ain't driving to a gas station. I want the gas to be delivered to me. So there is a boom in that market, an expected boom. I'm talking crazy money. Based on our research, we're speaking at least $78 billion with a big B. $78 billion. And that's just like in urban areas. I'm not even talking about suburbia. I'm not talking about rural areas. On the countryside, I mean, where my folks live, where my grandfather lives, where my grandma lives. I mean, those people are also isolated. Like, they'll be really, really happy if they were a service that will deliver gas to them. Okay, so you got to think about also there are some safety related issues that make the whole industry a little challenging because, again, gas is a very combustible item and commodity, and the authorities are paying attention a lot. There are also some legal issues, okay, because something happens, again, if there is a delivery service that goes wrong, people can sue your ass like crazy. It is a very, I would say, literally combustible business, okay? But there are also some benefits, like convenience. You have a tailor-made solution for every business need. You have a market that's just waiting. People are just waiting like crazy, okay? People are willing to pay extra, to pay a premium because you are delivering the service to them. You're delivering the fuel to them. So they're willing to pay for it because they're actually trading their time with money. That's what it is. And they know that you are some kind of a savior in emergencies. Again, so here they are willing to pay for it. So here is a market that is replete with opportunities. You just got to take care of those little risks that I just told you about so that you can figure out, because see, the whole thing is on-demand mobile fuel delivery is a geography thing. It depends on where you are at. Okay, the challenges you have in New York are not the same challenges you have in somewhere in Georgia. In ATL, the challenges are different. If you're in LA, challenges are different. Let me give you a few pro tips here. So when we talk about starting an on-demand mobile fuel delivery business, it is a very profitable business, but there are some challenges. First of all, you got to fund the funds. Either you have your own cash, your own savings, or you're going to apply for a business loan and you will get it. Okay, depending on your credit or depending on the elements that surround your geography. If you are in a location that the bank believes has a high potential, you also have the safety related concerns that I speak about, the legal concern, the order management. Now, order management is kind of important. So while starting a fuel delivery business, one of the things that might be difficult to tackle is the orders. So you need to make a proper system to manage your orders smoothly, because, boss, the thing is that you will be getting orders. I'm telling you, son, I'm telling you, daughter, you'll be getting orders. But once you start getting orders, how are you going to manage the whole thing? So you got to have a proper system in place to sort of manage that, okay? What about route management? I spoke earlier about making sure that you optimize your route. And the thing is, if you're by yourself, okay, that's manageable, right? But once you start hiring people, you got to really manage those drivers, because again, God forbid you have a lazy ass on the team, or you have lazy asses on the team, you're going to have a lot of problems if you don't know how to manage your route, because on top of the laziness that the person is displaying, you're going to have to manage things like traffic jams, construction and whatnot. So this is really important to think about that. So the thing you have to do here is you have to really pay attention to technology. So you have to create an app. And again, the app Once you have the business plan set up, we can actually help you out. We can direct you to folks who create apps for a very good, like a very good good investment. You can even go you can go on Fiverr yourself. There are other freelancer websites out there. You can just have somebody done it for you. It's not that expensive, okay? And the app must help you navigate anywhere with real-time tracking, support the payment trap, whichever you like, access comprehensive order history, schedule delivery, and have a product management system for better operability. This is so important. Now that I have sort of laid out the foundation of this business that I'm talking about, a very profitable one at that, okay, let me show you the steps that you need to take one by one to create today an on-demand mobile fuel delivery business. First of all, you need to understand how the mobile fuel delivery business really works, right? So this is kind of similar to Uber, okay? Here, a fuel delivery business utilizes a mobile app to carry out the business. A user has to install an app and register using their email, mobile number, or third-party sign-up via Facebook or Google. Then the user submits a fuel request by pinning their location. And if the user's vehicle location is different from where they are, they can manually select their location on the map. And the assigned individual will navigate using GPS technology and arrive with a fuel tanker at that position. Then that professional fills up the vehicle's tank and completes the delivery through the app. And in the end, money is deducted from the user's desired payment method that he or she opted for while requesting fuel delivery. Very simple as that, okay? And the thing here is that you want to actually understand the steps. And so you have to have your app, and you need to get a custom solution for a fuel delivery business. In other words, you need to actually have an app. You need to have an app that actually satisfies all the criteria that I just spoke about earlier, okay? And you got to think about a fuel delivery business plan. Boss, you got to have that. This is really important. You want to analyze your business from A to Z. You need to think about, again, I can't give a generic advice here because fuel delivery is based on geography, okay? But you got to think about the existing cost of fuel versus your profile, like your location, like how much you're going to charge for your services, because you need to charge a premium anyway. You can't be like, at the gas station, they're charging $3 per gallon, so I'm gonna charge $3 per gallon too. You're charging $4, you're charging $5. Okay, so you got to really add your little something on the gallon, on the price per gallon, so you can actually make money. You got to think about the total fuel delivery sites you will operate in an area. You got to think about the total number of fuel delivering companies in the region. This is why I'm just telling you, fuel delivery is a geography-based business. You got to think about the various challenges in the fuel delivery business in your geography. You got to think about the latest industry trends that affect your business. Those things should be in your business plan, so that if you were to go, let's say you were to go apply for a loan, the lender knows that you have actually thought about challenges, hurdles, and whatnot in your business and in your area. Here is a review I really want you to pay attention to. So I'm going to share with you a few steps to start a successful fuel delivery business today. First thing first, son, daughter, dad, mom, if you're listening to me, you're interested in this business, I want you to get a license from the required authority. The thing here is that you have to understand, fuel is a very combustible commodity. Nobody sort of plays around with fuel like that. You can't be playing around like that. Like, this ain't like no Uber or whatever. No, this ain't no DoorDash, transporting food. This is fuel. I'm talking about fuel. So you got to get a license from the required authority. And the thing is that you need to obtain a government issued license. If you want to operate your fuel delivery company successfully, you must follow the latest norms and guidelines. So in the U.S., all gas delivery startups must adhere to EPA and PHMSA rules, okay? And besides this, fuel-based businesses are subject to a wide range of safety requirements and laws. So you got to follow all laws and regulations in your state. And one of them is obtaining a license from federal and state authorities. The second thing I want you to do here is to develop a fleet of fuel delivery trucks. Now you can start by yourself. You can start a little, you can just drive your own truck. As a matter of fact, hey, listen, you can even drive your own, you can drive your own cargo van or your own Sprinter van. You don't have to necessarily drive a truck. If you in your area, if your geography allows you to deliver gas in cargo vans. Why not? I mean, you need to have some kind of container though in the back of the car, okay? And you need to really hire a hazmat driver. So hazmat drivers are really important. When we talk about hazmat, I'm talking about hazardous, hazardous material. So hazmat drivers are really important because they know how to properly transport, deliver, and dispose gas to your customer. And hazmat drivers are highly qualified professional drivers who can assist you in transporting flammable, products. So flammable, that's the same thing as combustible, okay? So hazmat drivers know the process of securely transporting combustible fuel to every customer. So really very important. And what you want to do here is now you want to partner with the fuel providers in your area. The gas stations, the all the logistics that are part of the value chain in your area. So got to partner with the fuel providers. Very critical. The next thing I want you to do, boss, is to build a robust IT infrastructure. So the thing is, going back to the app thing that I talked to you about, you got to really build. Again, I'm not trying to scare the hell out of you here. This and it's not really that expensive, but you got to have an app. You got to have also a robust IT infrastructure that actually backs up that app. Because simply having an app, if you don't have a system around it, you can't really operate that app successfully. So you got to have at a minimum somebody to kind of like process the whole thing. Like, you need to have some kind of back office, right? The back end of the whole app should be taken care of. And what you want to do here is you want to integrate reports and analytics. Because to maintain your company's track, you will require business analytics software to examine the key metrics, okay? Initially, you should consider its safety as you are supplying inflammable liquids. Secondly, you can measure and control several things like pressure and temperature with the help of resorts and analytics, okay? Third, the section provides data that help you to look after the entire inventory and supply of the fuel. Remember, you are actually buying fuel, and you are actually some kind of you're kind of the middleman here. You also need to think about giving users a lot of information that basically you can utilize to make all essential business decisions. So very, very sort of convoluted, not convoluted, sort of deep here. We need to go granular. So if you want to survive in this industry, you have to make sure that you have access to business analytics so you can know exactly what you're getting yourself into. Very important, okay? Don't you try to get into this business being like you don't go into it blindly. You want to equip yourself with the knowledge that you can get so that you can run your business very profitably. The next thing I want you to do here is to build a solid fuel delivery app system technology, okay? And this is what I was just talking to you earlier. Like you can actually, if you need help, we'll hook you up. We have a lot of app developers who are very affordable. I'm not talking about anything that can break the bank here, okay? And we'll definitely hook you up. The only thing is, before you contact us, make sure you have a business plan. If you ain't got no business plan, we're not going to hook you up because, a lot of folks who are trying to reach out to us, some of them at least, they are not really kind of serious. They just trying to really, they just kind of I don't know, ask questions and feel a little important. But for those who are really serious, if you are really serious, if you listen to me right now and you are for real, like you want to get into this business for real, we actually can advise you. And again, we're not asking you for anything at all. We're not, because we have a lot of clients in this industry already, and our thing is to kind of give back. So we'll show you the steps you need to take, but you need to have a business plan first. A business plan is important because it tells us that you have thought about your business in and out. You've thought about your geography. You've thought about the challenges and opportunities in your area before even considering this business. So this is actually a way for us to know that you are for real, okay? And in the app that you develop, make sure that you have real-time fuel delivery tracking. You can actually choose the top quantity and type of fuel, multiple payment options, order history, accept reject orders, rewards and offer, push notifications. So this is basically you giving options to the customer in terms of them ordering from you, okay? So this is kind of it is what it is. It takes about 3 to 6 months to build an app, and basically the cost ain't really that high, but the cost will depend on your geography. So if you're interested, let us know. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you quickly about how to start an on-demand mobile fuel delivery service. I gave you the overview, the approach, the decision, the pro tips, the steps you need to follow, and the review that you got to take before recapping here. Thank you. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.